and welcome to Worst Quality Crab, a podcast of Asian American stories and recipes from best quality hearts. I'm your host, Freesia Lee. Joining me, as always, is my husband and producer, Sam.
Hello. Just a quick note on this episode before it starts. This was a collaboration with Curtis Chin of the Infatuation podcast, where we invited chefs and past guests to participate in a friendly challenge called the Chinatown Recipe Club at our favorite bookstore On Waverly's clubhouse space. Each participant was randomly assigned a protein and challenge and were tasked with cooking and presenting a publicly available recipe. The following recording is a live chat with each chef and the dish they presented. Enjoy!
Hey everyone, how's it going? This is another crossover podcast between two of San Francisco's preeminent Asian podcasts. We are joined with...
Worst Quality Crab.
With Freesia.
With Freesia Lee and Sam.
All right, and this is Curtis from the Infatuation podcast, and we are at On Waverly Clubhouse. If you don't know where this is, you got to ask inside. And we are being hosted by Cynthia.
Hi, everybody.
And we're upstairs. So we just had a wonderful meal, dare I say decadent meal, prepared by 5 different chefs and cooks tonight. We asked them to prepare one recipe that is publicly available so that you all at home and everyone in this room could cook as well. They prepared it for us. They brought it here. We have just eaten it. Well, we'll save our feedback in a minute, but...
I do want to say decadent and also like very light in a lot of ways.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. I think we have room for a round 2.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe round 3 with karaoke and drinks. But we'll see.
We'll polish off the chicken wings.
The chicken wings are calling to us. So we're in Chinatown. We're going to call this Chinatown Recipe Club. Let me do a quick introduction, then we'll do a more in-depth introduction of each of our participants. So we asked 5 participants. We have, in alphabetical order, we have Christina Cho. Christina Cho is a James Beard Award-winning cook and author, food blogger, and content creator. We'll talk to her in a second. And Winchell Chow, co-owner of Little Aloha on Taraval. What's your cross street, Taraval and between 21st and 22nd? Elise Hayashi. Elise is a program manager at 18 Reasons and also a cooking instructor at 18th Street Kitchens. Welcome, welcome.
Also joining us, our only duo entry tonight, sisters Nicole and Sam Lugtu, former Worst Quality Crab guests, and maybe, I want to say, like the most wholesome family stories we've ever told on our show. Just saying. And Eddie, Eating with Edmund, also former guest, and just what can I say about him? I'm looking at him. He's very handsome. That's the first thing that comes to me. But also phenomenal chef and cooking instructor, great with dumpling. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go through dish by dish and ask you guys, what you liked about the recipe. Why'd you pick it? Oh, we also gave them special instructions. We gave them a challenge. We had them pick a protein and pick a challenge. And so we'll talk about those in a second, just to add a little diversity in our offerings, as well as maybe give them a little bit of a challenge, though. I don't think it was that much of a challenge. I think they were...
It's like a Top Chef quick fire light.
A little quick fire. Yeah, super, super light. Yeah.
Nicole and Sam, would you like to come up and talk about your dish?
Yes. So the challenge we were given was chicken one pot, which was great. If you've listened to my Worst Quality Crab episode, it's basically all about how much I love chicken. So it's perfect. But Sam and I, during COVID, I was making recipes from the Marnie Thai cookbook, and this is where this came from. It's the musaman curry recipe. So that also included making the curry paste from scratch, and then also making the dish itself, which is actually pretty easy. But it really came out of me buying a mortar and pestle at TJ Maxx during COVID. And I was like, what can I make with this? Pesto, curry paste. And that's the first time I made this dish. So when we got chicken one pot, this is also like Sam's favorite thing that we've made together. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I remember having it for the first time. She had frozen a portion of it and defrosted it and everything. And I tried it and I literally was like, Nicole, like, this is amazing. Like, I just kept yelling at her, like, how good it was. And I'd never, like, reacted in that way to anything that she's made. And so, yeah, it's become a favorite of
It's a
mine.
winner.
Yeah.
It's a winner. Yeah.
Wait, had you never reacted that way because everything else was kind of mid
No.
before? I'm just kidding.
No.
Kidding.
No.
Just stood out. It just
That,
stood
yeah,
out.
it definitely stood out. Yeah.
Any challenges to making this dish for cooks at home, or where can we get this recipe?
From the Marnie Thai cookbook.
Marnie
Actually
Thai.
borrowed it from a coworker of mine at the food bank in 2019.
Okay.
But yeah, it's available. Like they have the curry, all of their curry paste recipes are in there, and then they have the separate recipe for any of the curries.
And if you're not from San Francisco, Marnie Thai, a Sunset District institution for Thai food. So good.
A couple days ago, Nicole did tell me that she was at home making curry paste for this. I think instead of doing work, maybe, or after. Oh, I mean, cut that.
We'll edit
After
that out.
work.
Clearly after work.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I was
Definitely after
doing
work.
this during work hours.
Yeah, fair. But I was pleased to hear this because I did not know this was going to be a scratch curry paste recipe. So I've been excited for a few days, at least. I want to read a comment that says 100% comfort food brought happiness.
Oh, we should say, so the live studio audience has given feedback to each of our chefs, and they left it in the form of Post-it notes. And so these
Anonymous.
These are anonymous, but these are high class people here. So the comments are
Yeah, the comments are great.
are going to be
Speak
great.
for yourself, Curtis.
some people did wander in off of the street, but they're still high class people. They're still super high class.
I just personally want to comment that the peanuts were a surprise and they were delightful.
Oh, thank you.
All
Yes.
I have a comment says good flavor, all elements at peak texture and tenderness.
Oh,
Thank you.
You got a comment, Sam?
I have one that says curry has such a smooth feel, very nostalgic.
Oh.
Nicole, will you tell the peanut story that you told me earlier?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So Sam and I made this a few times together. And one time I realized midway through cooking that I did not have any extra like roasted peanuts. You just can use like Planters peanuts. It's totally fine. But I was out, and to make up the difference, I picked out peanuts from a bag of trail mix because they're so essential to the dish. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to eat that without them. So that's where the trail mix really stepped up. It was kind of weird to have trail mix with no peanuts in it after that, but I
Worth
think
it, probably?
Oh, totally worth it. Totally worth it. Yeah.
Speaking of peanuts, I have a comment here that says, peanuts gave a satisfying sweetness and richness without being too aggressively peanut forward.
Oh, I like that.
I told you,
I
these
like
are classy
that.
people. These are classy people.
Awesome.
Cynthia, you had a lovely peanut comment.
As I was eating it, I never had a curry, I think, with peanuts in it. But like the way that the peanuts were presented in it were so unexpected. It reminded me of like, for some reason, my grandmother or something. Like something about like boiled peanuts makes me feel like I'm like eating with someone of a different, time and place kind of thing. So there's something about like the sensation of eating like a boiled peanut was really special.
This episode brought to you by Big Peanut.
Big peanut, the peanut coalition. Anyone out there with allergies, could we substitute anything other than peanuts? Something crunchy and salty.
I would say a cashew, right?
Cashew,
But,
a lot
yeah.
of people can water
Ooh,
chest.
Yeah. I like that.
That-
Yeah.
That could work.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I
It was
know.
like the professional.
Chefing it up. Any final comments from the
From the peanut gallery?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ba-dum-bum.
I set myself up for that.
Yeah.
From Nicole or Sam, any final comments?
Sam, you wanna go
I
first?
mean, so we made this yesterday, and I tried it again today with my boyfriend. And I mean, by the way, my boyfriend was like, "I love this too."
Okay.
And I think it's like best eaten as a leftover, like giving it a day
Gives
to
it a night,
marinate and
yeah.
everything. So
Second day, yeah.
second
I
day.
agree.
Yeah, that was very intentional that we cooked it yesterday. And also I made the curry paste 4 days ago, also knowing that the longer it sat in the fridge,
Better it
that it would
is.
taste better. Yeah.
All right.
Lots of strategy. There's some strategy
Yeah.
going on.
I like
Yeah.
this. Anybody want to do a live
A
comment?
live comment. Non-anonymous comment.
Non-anonymous. All right.
We have a man on the
Something?
mic.
Wow.
Hello. Live comment on what? The curry?
Yeah.
Oh, the curry, I think the curry was really good. But the flavors are really like, it really hits you after you take the first bite. So I really liked it. And the peanuts really did remind me of my grandmother, honestly, because she would use it in a lot of traditional Thai Chinese cooking. And it kind of reminds me of 粽子because they usually have peanuts in them too. So yeah, it was overall a really great dish.
All right. Wow. Off the
thank
cuff.
you, thank you.
Off the cuff.
Nice.
Well done, sir.
Wait, I have
Well
a crowd
done.
question. For whom was this dish like somewhat nostalgic? Because that seems to be a recurring theme. Was it? Oh, yeah. Show up. Okay.
Show of hands. Yeah. Nice. All right. Thank you for bringing the curry
Thank
dish.
you.
All right. Let's see. Let's pass the mic. Maybe we'll go to Elise on this one. And coming up second, we have Elise Hayashi, program manager at 18 Reasons. What is 18 Reasons?
What is 18 Reasons? 18 Reasons is a nonprofit community cooking school. It's located in the Mission. We run hands-on cooking classes every night of the week, but we also run free cooking programming all throughout the Bay Area in addition to our classes.
Yeah. For a lot of times for kids, right? A lot of times for younger people, adults, all ages.
All ages, yeah. We have classes for kids, teens, adults, families, which are always sweet. It's like the parents bringing their little three-year-old folks in, ripping spinach.
Love
so it's
it.
always a good
Love
time.
it. And you're a teacher as well. You teach there as well as program manage.
I do, yes. Yeah,
All
so I teach a
right.
lot of our basic knife skills classes. So come slice and dice. Also, our Japanese and Korean classes based on my own heritage.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I was just about to get to that. So, Dad was a amateur or professional cook?
Professional, very
Okay.
professional. He was an executive chef for part of my years growing up. He helped open restaurants in Japan and in Fort Collins, Colorado,
Okay.
randomly,
Uh-huh.
and then ended up transitioning into being a culinary instructor at a culinary school in Denver. So I spent a lot of time sitting on little benches in his classes, picking parsley off of the stems.
So, knives were in your hands at what age? When did you start slicing and dicing?
Oh, very young. I'd say at least maybe 4. I just remember
4.
holding a paring knife as just hanging out with it
Yeah.
just in the kitchen. My parents would be doing something else, just me and my little paring knife. Not really doing anything,
Yeah.
but just
Yeah.
hanging.
So, cooking was probably in your future. You knew pretty early on you wanted to do something with cooking?
I think something around food.
Yeah.
As my dad was always trying to discourage my brother and I from being in the industry. He's like, oh,
Ah.
don't do it. Don't take the hours. Don't be around it. But just growing up around food, I didn't really know another way to live. Food really kept our family together. We'd always travel to eat good food and try new foods, try new restaurants. And then I needed a job in college.
Okay.
So I started working at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And then that really just brought me back to working around food, being surrounded by really awesome people who know and love food as well.
All
How does
right.
your dad feel about what you do now?
Within the organization, he thinks it's really interesting because it's such a good blend of community work within also being able to express yourself creatively and try good food and learn so much without the pressures of having to put out so much food all the time.
Yeah.
You don't have people yelling at you at the pass. You're just
Yeah.
trying to teach people how to hold a knife.
Uh-huh.
Really don't cut off your finger.
Can you teach our children?
Yes. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll give you a waiver, but yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll
There you go. I got you. I have some butter knives in my car.
Perfect.
We'll go with that.
we'll throw out the website.
Yeah.
Everyone out there can look up 18 Reasons. But first, let's talk about your dish. So, what was your challenge ingredient and your challenge?
My challenge ingredient, I was given beef and a recipe, or to cook a recipe outside of my culture. So I
Okay.
knocked 2 out. Could not be Japanese nor Korean.
Uh huh.
So
So we went with.
So we went with Malaysian.
Okay,
We went with
okay.
Malaysian. Very inspired by one of my colleagues at 18 Reasons. Her name is Linda Te Esposito. She teaches a lot of our Malaysian classes. She's been such an incredible mentor to me over my time at 18 Reasons. She herself could not be here today, unfortunately, because she's actually teaching her
Cooking
own
a class. Yeah,
so
teaching a class.
in her honor, so she can be here with us through food, I made her beef rendang recipe.
Love it. And I was excited when I heard that because I always order beef rendang when I go to, Lime Tree or any Indonesian, Malaysian restaurant. But I don't do it myself because there's a ton of ingredients. So where did you get this recipe from?
There's a good number of ingredients. It's from Linda's, her blog herself. So I think it's flavorexplosions.com. But if you can't find it, find her Instagram. It's at flavor_explosions. Shoot her a message. She's so giving with all of her recipes. She's a self-taught cook herself. So a lot of the techniques she learned, it's just her trying to figure out ways to make really long, arduous processes approachable at home.
Okay.
So there are a lot of ingredients. Just takes time, but make something delicious.
So the skill's not super hard?
If you count patience and waiting a skill, which I do not have. I have not honed that.
Okay.
The skills itself, not that hard. Throw most of the items in the blender, make a spice paste, wait for your beef to boil.
Okay, and then
wait for it to boil again.
Then you're cooking in the oven or on the stovetop?
Either or, whatever you prefer. Mine was braised in the oven. And I kind of forgot about it for a little while. So the beef was a little softer. It's usually supposed to be in like nice chunks.
Yeah,
so it's
I like
more of
the
a shred right
softness.
now. Oh, really? You really good over rice this way?
Yeah, well, okay.
Oh.
Listen, confession, everyone. The cardinal sin of Asian party, we did not have a pot of rice. We thought about it.
At one point, we were like, should we get a pot of rice? And we're like, I don't know.
Well, earlier today, I was like, I should just jump in the group chat and maybe make a pot of rice. And then I did not do either of those things. But I think it was fine. And everything was so good on its own.
Yeah.
I liked that it was a little bit soft and because I feel like I got a little more sauce in there too. Like the shreds of it.
Yeah, different ratio.
Yes.
Sauce to bite to meat to bite. Yeah.
I think Flavor Explosion feels like the perfect name for the blog because that is exactly how I would describe this dish.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So flavorful.
Yeah, that was probably the first thought I had the moment I tasted her food too. It's like it just stuck with me. It's like it did just blow up and it's changed my world.
She's not wrong. She's Flavor Explosion.
Someone from the crowd wrote, Indonesian approved, Nendang. Good balance of salty and sweet with fresh inclusion of all the other ingredients.
Okay. Yeah. I've got so flavorful, feels like it cooked for a long time. So what cook time are we doing on this?
So it was supposed to be around 2 hours. This one was actually going for about 3 in total.
Okay.
So it's like a initial boil just to kind of pre-braise the meat. And then with the sauce, it was going for about 2 hours altogether.
I think that might be the new cook time because I've got another one about perfectly cooked beef. So
maybe go a little long.
Maybe it can go a little longer. Maybe there's something to this shreddy bit.
All right, I got one that says heavy hitter! ! I got punched in the mouth with deliciousness. This tastes like it came from grandma's house.
Oh.
All right. So maybe did she get it from her grandma? Maybe. We don't know. Maybe. Self-taught, though.
Self-taught. Yeah, a lot of it was her trying to match flavors of herself. But
so definitely,
sorry for punching someone in the mouth.
And she is.
I think it's a good punch.
In a good way.
I think it's a good punch.
It's a love tap. It was a love tap. And Linda's not a grandma. Is she a grandma? She's not a grandma. So, but that's a compliment, I think, to Linda. So
I think so. She holds the ancestry within herself.
Okay.
I've got great spice, spiced extremely well, full of spice and flavor. Those are 3, but they all love the spice.
Intense flavor, yeah.
Yes.
There's a
I have flavor 3 times on here. Anything you would do differently? Maybe, I don't know. We're on the fence about cook time. So
I mean, yeah.
Maybe 2.5 hours, maybe.
We'll be in the middle.
Yeah,
So a little bit for everyone if you want a little more meaty, a little softer. I always go back and forth about salt levels. I think because my partner also tends to have a lower salt tolerance. Mm-hmm. So I never really know where to meet in the middle, but it's validating from the Indonesian approved comment.
Okay, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
You're Korean, you're Japanese. What's it like to cook outside of your culture?
Oh, that's a good question. It's so interesting. And especially with Southeast Asian cuisine, so much of it is building spice pastes and emphasizing and building flavor based on fresh ingredients and then letting them really bloom in oil and building that. Not that doesn't happen all the time in Japanese and Korean culture, Korean food, but that's why I love learning from Linda. It's just like there's so many options of how you can transform ingredients. Japanese cuisine tends to be a lot of how do we emphasize the best of the ingredient itself and the purity of it. Because it is beautiful. Each ingredient is really beautiful, but how do we make the most of that in a lighter, delicate way? Korean food to me feels like it is punching you in the mouth, but consensually also, because you're trying to get as much flavor all at once. A lot of the techniques that I learned with Korean is mostly from my grandmother and my mother. And so like my take of it is very specific. But I just love trying different blends of flavors. And that's what makes like these opportunities really awesome. It's like, oh, I don't just have to eat kimchi, rice, and egg today.
Yeah.
Also delicious.
Mix it up.
Yeah.
Right. Anything we want to shout out from 18 Reasons or yourself?
18 Reasons. Linda teaches with us maybe twice a month. So if you do want to learn her recipes yourself, check out our calendar. We'll be dropping our November, December calendar later in October. It's a good chance to get some corporate events going. If you want to do some team building, holiday parties, cook some good...
Crowd comment? Anybody?
Crowd comment?
Crowd comment? Oh, Christina, yeah.
From the corner.
Chef to chef.
Hi. Okay. I'll just echo that. Yeah, I think it was a really great mistake that you let it cook for an extra hour, an hour and a half. I felt like it was almost like a dip, which I haven't experienced that texture with this dish before. And it was the one thing that I didn't really feel like I needed rice for. If I had some sliced cucumbers, it would be a great dip on top, or like flatbread or something. I think it would be really fun for like football season. I don't know. Like it's like a good like little crossover. Okay. So I like the texture a lot.
We got shrimp chips.
We could put on the big shrimp chip.
Cucumbers.
Put them on a shrimp chip. All right. Elise, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for hosting.
All right.
Okay, I think we go corporate event to corporate event and do Eddie next.
We go Eddie. Corporate or instructor to instructor.
Instructor to instructor. Sure. Yes, that is much better. Next up, Eddie Lowe, instructor at Eating with Edmund, hosting dumpling making parties. It also works with Eat.
Live.
I always say this wrong. I don't know why, because we use it every day. Live, eat, cook.
Live, cook, eat.
Live, cook, eat. See, we all get it wrong.
I did it wrong.
You did it wrong too. Everybody gets it. Live, cook, eat.
All right.
Our preferred brand of soy sauce at home. We love it so much. I wish it was a soup. You had a dish tonight. It was not pork, which would have been very easy for you.
Would have been easy.
Too easy.
Talked about on the podcast last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you make for us, Eddie? What was your challenge?
My challenge was to do a tofu-based finger food. And this dish, so the recipe for this dish is on my website as well as the soy sauce's website, livecookie.com. It's a dish that I developed with Chef Liv, who's my teacher and my mentor. And it uses the soy sauce quite heavily. But the original inspiration is my mom's, actually. So she does, growing up, she would do the classic stir fry of just matchstick-sized celery, carrots, and tofu that's stir-fried together with soy sauce. And so that's sort of what this is, except it's brunoise. So everything is cut up into tiny little cubes. I did two versions of it. One was tofu, fully vegan. So one is tofu, shiitake mushrooms, and water chestnut. The tofu is from Hodo Tofu. It's plain tofu that I just marinated in my own miso. And then for the non-vegan version, it's also mixed. So it's the same thing: tofu, water chestnut, shiitake mushroom, and then it's also mixed in with Chinese sausage, lapchang, and smoked oysters.
Ooh.
And all of that stir-fried together with the Live Cook Eat soy sauce, and then it's put around for the finger food version. You can put it in some lettuce wraps, and so I have some butter lettuce that everyone put their stuffing in.
It was delicious.
Thank you.
I feel like you gave us, you did actually give us two dishes. I don't feel like it. It's true, which I can't decide if that's you cheating or you've done double work.
They look both equally finished.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Listen, I was happy to eat both.
Okay,
no
good.
complaints here. What was it like for you, A, to not get pork, and B, to get a finger food that is not a dumpling?
Good question.
The two things that you are known for.
I love working with tofu. So actually, a similar style mixture can be done for a dumpling stuffing too. So you could do tofu, mushrooms, maybe carrots or celery, chop that up nicely, stir fry that with soy sauce, and then put that inside a dumpling. But I love working with tofu. So during my classes, we'll use tofu-based stuffing often. And Hodo tofu especially. They come from Oakland. They're organic. It's just such a wonderful a protein to use. And then as a finger food, I mean, there's a lot of Asian finger foods, but I was trying to think of something that would be good for like a dinner party or what we're doing here. And what I love about this recipe in particular is that you can do it and serve at room temperature. So it doesn't need to be done in the minute. And so if you have a dinner party, you don't have to prepare it
That's true.
while everyone's coming in.
Yeah. All right, I have a couple comments
go for
from
it.
the crowd.
From the crowd.
Great flavor with no meat. Mushroom is a great touch. So adding the mushroom instead of meat gives it that
umami.
Yeah, umami and texture too. That if you need to sink your teeth into something, I think mushrooms make a good substitute for that.
Yeah. The nice thing about, when you play around with a stir fry, generally, you want to have you want the same shape, but you want to have different texture. So I think the water chestnuts contrast with the tofu, contrast with the mushrooms. It's just kind of a nice little explosion of texture in your mouth.
Yeah, really well done.
Actually,
Sam, what you got over there?
I got a comment that says both versions are different and equally delicious.
Okay.
We've got more flavor explosion.
Yeah.
Combination of flavors is fun and felt like an explosion of flavor. Super tasty. Agree.
Thank you.
I will say, like, everything was a flavor explosion. I feel like a Doritos commercial at this point. And also, I feel like they were all flavor explosions in a different way. Sorry, I'm just talking about the whole thing at this point, not individual. But in a way, like, I forgot that you had finger food, so sorry. But it just all worked so well. As like, if this were a first course, it would have been perfect and like led into the next thing and led into the next thing. And I don't know how you all like mind meld did this together separately. But this was so nice and refreshing, and like it's kind of a warm day. I only ate one in the lettuce, the other one I ate with a fork, and it all just felt fine. Like I liked that I could pick it up with a hand, I could eat it with a fork. Some of it got mixed in with the curry. That also worked for me.
Yeah.
It feels like such a good standalone, and also like works well, like you said, as a base for a dumpling or something else. Like it could just go with so many things.
Yeah. Such a versatile stir fry, really. Yeah. And then, playing around with other sauces that, like, for example, I didn't put any in this time, but you could put some oyster sauce in it to even bring out some of the flavor. So, but the highlight here was that soy sauce.
How many times have you made this?
This dish, maybe 4 or 5. It takes a long time to make because you have to chop every ingredient to the same size.
Tofu was perfectly cubed.
Thank you.
So the actual cook time, not that long, but prep time.
Right. So right before coming, I could stir fry it in like 10 minutes. But to prep each individual one, to brunoise every single one, you're doing a lot of time cutting.
I have one, and see what you think of this. They're saying, would adding herbs like mint or basil or cilantro help this dish at all?
Interesting. I would maybe a cilantro. That would be a good one to put into it. I could see that, especially with like that tofu. I would say just because I have all the lettuce already, you got that bitter element from the lettuce
and the crispness.
Yeah, and the crispness. But if it wasn't for the lettuce wraps, if you were putting it over rice or if you were doing something in
some herb,
and over noodles, an herb would be great, or some peanuts. Yeah.
Any comments?
One comment I got was sweet and salty, perfect balance. The lettuce adds a refreshing touch.
I wanted to comment on the lettuce. So I really wanted to give you some appreciation for the choice of lettuce, because I feel like a iceberg is often used, right? Which is nice and crisp, but it kind of like at a certain point it cracks.
Yeah.
And so there wasn't that like pliability that I, would want. And this was the perfect choice then for really being able to create like something kind of, I don't know, it elevated the dish in many ways.
Oh, yeah. And I love working with butter lettuce because you can do so much with it, but then it's a perfect container for that wrap. So Yeah, thank you.
And
It's almost like he's a professional.
Yeah. Well, and speaking from experience, kids will eat butter lettuce more than other lettuces.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, actually, I know this from my own children. Yes, my own
Yeah.
biological children will eat a little bit of butter lettuce, but they don't like the other stuff.
I think it looks the most like cartoon lettuce.
Okay,
so.
maybe. Yeah. All right, and a quick shout out. And I don't think people know this yet, but Eddie brought in some of the, I gotta say it right, Live Cook Eat soy sauce. So all the cooks tonight get a bottle of artisanal soy sauce.
And if anyone would like to pick some up, or you want to try the recipe with that particular soy sauce, the sweetness actually, there's nothing sweet actually in the dish. The sweetness comes from the soy sauce itself.
Nice.
And you can pick up the soy sauce at On Waverly and the Asian Art Museum and China Life.
Also, shout out, it is gluten-free, which the first time Eddie told me this, I did not care about. And now I'm on a gluten-free journey and I care about it so much. And I'm so grateful.
Great. All right.
Oh,
Any
chili.
comments from the crowd? Live comments? Non-anonymous comments?
Elise?
Again, I just want to shout out the time and effort you put into brunoiing all that tofu. It takes so much time and so much intention, but it really, really affected the eating experience of it. And it's like every tiny little minuscule bite was popping with that flavor. So thank you so much for putting in that time.
Of course. It's a labor of love.
Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, Chef Eddie, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and coming from the Sunset District, San Francisco, Terraville Street, we have Winchell Chow, one of the co-owners of Little Aloha on Terraville and 20 and 21st. Did I get that right?
21st, 22nd, I believe.
Okay, on Terraville between 21st and 22nd.
You had me questioning that too.
He hesitated.
Terraville and 21st is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, let's go there. So if you want some garlic shrimp, if you want some shave ice, if you want some tater tot or hurricane tater, what do we call them?
We're calling them hurricane tots.
Hurricane tots, furikake chicken. Go down to Little Aloha. Hey, Winchell, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
What was your challenge and what was your protein?
Challenge was to create a spicy pork dish, and so for me, this is something that after many hours of studying on the internet, as most amateurs do, this is actually something that I often create for my own family, with a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Something quick, something easy, something that I could just chuck into the oven, let it ride while rice is cooking. I can make a sauce really quickly, have dinner together for a family of 6 in 45 minutes.
Okay.
That's kind of a lot of what inspired this.
All right. So how did you cook the pork? It's a tenderloin.
Yes, a pork tenderloin, dry rub, pretty simple dry rub. I like my black pepper, so it's a lot more forward on that end. Dried garlic, dry onions, a lot of stuff that you would see on a typical spice rack, just kind of tossed together. Some paprika, and just rubbed on.
How long you go on that? How long you let it sit?
Overnight.
Okay.
Overnight. Yeah, it's been a busy week. Otherwise, I would usually let it go at least a day and a half. But just had enough time overnight. Set in pretty well because the tenderloin is pretty small.
Okay.
And then, like I said, throw it into the oven. A lower temperature, I'd usually run it at around 220 degrees, 250
really
degrees.
low. Okay.
Yeah, depending on time. If I need it faster, then I'm cranking it up to 250, which sounds crazy, right? But it's just that amount of time that I need, about that 45-minute point that it reaches that internal temp.
You risk drying it out if you go too hot, right? So
correct. Yeah.
Lower is a little safer.
Yeah. So nice and gentle cook. But yeah, it's just about 45 minutes for it to get up to temp.
Wow. All right. And then the sauce.
The sauce is a Hawaiian inspired sauce. Mango. I tried to get it to look a little nicer. Typically, I would use I've used just regular green jalapenos, which gives it a nice, a really nice kick. But for presentation
changes
purposes,
the color of it. Yeah.
Correct. It kind of makes it look a little pukish.
Yeah.
I still taste great. But
yeah, sure.
That green and orange color is just it's not brown. Quite. But so I changed it up this time around and used Fresnos, which unfortunately didn't have the same level of spice that I was expecting. So
Okay.
I ran out to the store and grabbed a couple habaneros.
Threw them in. Okay. Yeah.
So, which I thought might overpower it a bit, but the sweetness of the mango really helped to temper that. So,
and pork can take it. Pork can take some heat and some seasoning. Yeah. Great.
Well, I was going to say my first bite, I was like, oh no, it's going to be too hot. And then by my second bite, I was like, oh no, it mellows out really nicely. And it was so flavorful. I was just like, oh, like sometimes I have little baby mouth and I can't take the spice. But then it was perfect. And whatever combination of peppers you were using worked for me. And I have a comment that says the sauce is so good I was dipping my grapes in it. So I think you have a winner with this combination.
Dipping grapes?
All purpose. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I got tender, perfectly, I'm not sure what this word says, but I like the bite size, and they put Costco in parentheses, bite size pieces, and I ate a little extra. Sorry.
Is Costco just a compliment now?
No, I'm thinking like Costco sample size. I think that's what they're thinking, right? I think person, whoever you are.
All right. I got a comment that says, nice sweet heat.
Sweet heat.
I think Costco is a compliment, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I got tasty, exclamation mark. Could have been spicier, but all flavors came through nicely. So some people like the heat, so there's extra sauce. Could put some more sauce on.
The sauce is delicious.
Sauce is delicious, yeah. We got shrimp chips.
Oh, yeah. We got more of those, too.
Yeah,
those
we're
shrimp
almost
chips
out of
are
pork,
going
though.
to go a long way.
Pretty much killed the
I've got
pork.
I got more sauce in the back there. So somebody's got that Costco size bag of tortilla chips. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be good with lumpia.
Wow.
It sounds like this needs to be a remake, and then it goes on the Little Aloha
website.
Instagram, and then like a special
Think about it.
I'll talk to the boss.
one
Talk to
time
the boss.
only.
But yeah, any comments from the crowd?
I thought so. Pork generally can be made well and sometimes really poorly because it's so dry. And I loved how moist the pork was itself. And I thought the rub complemented the sauce perfectly. It was really tasty.
Yeah. I actually almost thought you sous vide it because it was so juicy and tender. I thought you might have done it really, really gentle.
I considered doing that, but I had all the kids this morning, so life was at work and
life.
Yeah, life happens.
All right.
It's good to know that this is essentially a kid-friendly recipe.
True. And non-spicy, or do your kids like spice a little bit?
They can handle some because I've been feeding it to them since babies.
Okay.
But yeah.
But the idea that you can actually, get it done in 45 minutes with kids around and not have to plan your whole day around it.
Yeah, you're not standing in front of the stove all day. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
We love that. We need that.
All right. Winchell from Little Aloha, thank you.
Wait, no, I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done?
I have
excuse me.
questions.
All right.
Winchell's never been on my show.
That's true.
Not yet.
Yet.
How did you get started in cooking, Winchell?
Oh.
That's a great question. By trade, I have no culinary experience.
Could have fooled me.
I actually went to school for physical therapy. So if you've got low back issues, let me know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Probably also helpful in a restaurant.
Yeah. Tenderizing the meat.
Yes.
Tenderizing the meat, yeah.
Speaking of tenderloins.
I was going to make that joke, but I didn't. That's why we've been married so long.
So yeah, I've got a master's degree in physical therapy, and I'm actually still practicing that. I work in, not quite alongside, but in the same district as Curtis here, working in special ed. But food has always been something that, I've always enjoyed. When I was supposed to be studying for my GREs, I was playing around with recipes. Managed to get what I needed the second time around on the GREs to get into grad school. But yeah, it's just and all different opportunities presented itself, and for me to cook in big family gatherings, and then that grew into bigger social gatherings, and then was it 3 years ago the idea of Little Aloha came about from my brother-in-law, and he was like, "You want to be in?" I'm like, "Sure, sure. How much is it costing us?" worked through that and just managed to get the shop open. And been doing that since March 2024. So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pretty new.
Yeah.
Pretty new, yeah.
How's it going?
beginning was slow. I mean, the city didn't get Terraville up to shape anytime soon.
That's right.
So
that construction was
that
so rough.
streetcar for years.
So, but now we've been actually really busy with catering, getting our foot into corporate catering. And part of the reason why I wasn't able to do all these extra techniques for this particular pork was we had multiple catering jobs. One of which was a special catering, like special request catering. We had to create a whole new menu for that client outside of what our little Aloha menu was. So that took a little bit of time.
Workshopping, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been good. We're picking up steam. Hopefully everybody can get a chance and try our food.
Yeah, come on by. Now.
Go ahead, sure, yes.
Winchell Chow, little Aloha. Thanks for coming in.
We'll just have him on our show separately.
Yeah, you'll have him on separately. All right, and last but not least,
our final entry, not entry, there's no competition.
This is dessert.
Everybody's a winner.
This is dessert time.
It's dessert. It's only appropriate. Christina Cho, thrice nominated James Beard, I think. Listen, she's been on our show. I fangirled virtually. I'm going to do it in her face, but her cookbooks are beautiful. Mooncakes and Milk Bread, Chinese Enough, which just is the perfect name for me. Christina, what was your challenge and what did you make for us? And also thank you for being here.
Of course. So happy to be here. My challenge was to make a healthy tofu dessert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, it didn't have to be tofu. I think I was just healthy dessert.
Oh, right. Oh.
And you did tofu though. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you also gave me the option to you can just make
whatever you
a bite size, whatever. I'm like, no, give me a parameter. If you told me to make a chicken dessert, I would have done that. So
I think we have some interest from Nicole in a chicken dessert, honestly, and Sam.
Chicken dessert.
We'll talk about that later. You made a very delicious tofu dessert and beautiful. Tell us about it.
Thanks. I made a soy pudding with ginger syrup and seasonal figs. It's kind of like it's an easy play on dao fu fa, which is one of my favorite desserts out there. I grew up always having it at the end of dim sum, which is such a heavy meal, but somehow it was always refreshing and you had room for it. So this is a somewhat easier version where you just make kind of a soy panna cotta. So it's soy milk with a little bit of gelatin to kind of set it up.
Again, I have said this, but somehow everything went together so well. And I purposely, I knew it was dessert, so I saved it for the end. Although, honestly, could have started with it and it would have been just as refreshing. It was such a perfect end to everything that we had. It balanced the spiciness of the curry and the rendang, and it just was so nice and light and refreshing and perfect for this night that is kind of warm. And I wouldn't have known it was tofu necessarily, which I'm not against. I love tofu. But it was, I don't know, you could have told me it was dairy and I would have believed you. And you could have told me a lot of things and I would have believed you because it was just so perfect.
Yeah, soy milk still has that richness. If you have a good quality soy milk, it should be creamy and not watery. So I think a lot of people have that same reaction that this could have been cow milk, maybe,
Yeah. So it's, what kind of soy milk are we using?
Yeah, is there a soy milk we should be looking at?
Sorry.
Don't use silk. Okay.
That's an absolutely no, never buy that. But you so you can either make your own homemade soy milk. You can go to Chinatown. Many restaurants make homemade soy milk, but you can also go to 99 Ranch. Any kind of local Asian market will sell a homemade or an Asian Chinese soy milk.
Okay, but no fat in it or anything.
There's no fat. No, it's just sugar, gelatin, soy milk, and a little bit of vanilla.
It's almost rich though. I
think it's that gelatinous texture that kind of tricks your mind to thinking that there's some sort of fat in there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh.
How did you think of this?
So this is in the dessert chapter of Chinese Enough, my second cookbook, and the dessert chapter is called I Love You, Here's Some Fruit. Because I like, as mentioned with the category of this, actually the reason why I made this, I like parameters, I like a theme, a conceptual idea of why these recipes belong together. I'll never just do like a beef chapter. I'll never just do dessert chapter. So I wanted all the recipes in my dessert chapter to kind of really focus on the love language that I think of my grandparents. It might be a little bit of a cliche, like cut fruit is how families tell each other they say I love you. But also in my family, like my grandparents moved here and they didn't have much. They could not treat themselves to a sweet treat. But the only times I would see them ever really treat themselves is when they would go to the market and they saw plums or oranges that were steeply on sale. Like my grandpa would come in and be like, I bought all these plums for $2 or something like that. And he was so proud to share this abundance with us. And so I wanted all the desserts in this chapter to capture that. And so there's a lot of seasonal fruit. And so I was trying to think of like a tofu dessert and like my mind immediately went to tofu fa. So I made kind of, again, an easier one, something you can make them in these individual ramekins or in like a bigger bowl, but it's something that's really easy to make. You make it the night before. It's fun for a dinner party. It's fun for like a potluck. It's just, I think more people should be eating tofu for dessert.
Yeah. Do you want to tell your story about having made this?
Sure.
Yeah, this is a second go, apparently.
Yeah, so I've made this dessert twice now in the last month because I never do this, but I had this event in the calendar on the wrong day. I had it down as August 13th. And I wouldn't have known that it was the wrong day if I didn't text Cynthia, do you have any spoons? I was already on my way in the car and I should not have looked at my phone, but I did. And you're like, it's not today. And I'm like, and I like got off before crossing the Bay Bridge. And yeah, I just had them in my calendar.
Which was a Wednesday.
Yes, which is fine.
I got it.
I didn't know what was happening. I didn't
so
know what
Cynthia texted me and goes, Christina's on her way in. It's not today, is it? And I was like, no.
But you know she's down for you no matter what day it is.
That was
That's
cool.
true.
I was impressed. But actually, you learned something.
But it worked out, right? Like there was a silver lining?
Yes, it worked out for me because I had made it all pre-assembled, like the soy pudding, the ginger syrup, and the figs were all done at my house in my kitchen. And by the time I turned around after realizing it was the wrong day, I brought it home. And I think the vibration of the car just driving on the road was like causing it to shake so much that the syrup was like settling down to the bottom and the pudding was kind of breaking up a little bit. And so it just didn't look as put together. And so I'm like, oh, well, that's like a little bit of a silver lining. So I just assembled it here. Yeah. So they're pretty for you.
Great.
Did it eat differently when I assume you ate them afterwards?
20 of them.
They still tasted the same. I mean, I'm a very visual person. And so I was like annoyed that they didn't look as good as they should be.
Tasted fine.
Yeah, but they still taste fine. It's fine.
I got an Asian comment for you.
Oh.
Refreshing and not too sweet.
There it is.
There it is.
Which Asian mom? There's not that many of us. Oh, Asian dad.
I also have core memory accessed, light and refreshing after a full flavored tasting. Perfect.
Cool. I have two not too sweets. We're all just so Asian in this room. Yeah. Next level tofu fa.
Next level tofu
Great combination.
For sure.
I just want to say that the ginger really stood out to me. Like my mom used to make a tong soy that was like, I think sweet potatoes and ginger, and it just tasted like a good mashup of tofu fa, like you said, and that tong soy to me.
Yeah, it might be the sugar that I use like the brick sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know what other people call it, but I use that. But in the recipe, it does say brown sugar, unless you can find like Chinese brick sugar. But I think that extra flavor, it has like all sugars taste different, but the brick sugar has this like kind of nutty, like earthiness that I think makes this taste really distinctive.
I don't think I would have figured that out had you not named it, but now that you named it, I'm like, oh, that's what that was. Like it is distinct in this like core memory way. Like I'm thinking about the end of Chinese banquet or like dinner when I used to get like the red bean.
Yeah.
Like same sort of like that block sugar taste to it that, oh God. Core memories unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people saying it reminds them of something, father's favorite dessert. Or here's one, the texture is almost too perfect. It melts away in such a soothing manner. I feel calmer after eating this.
Oh,
that's true.
That's a good compliment.
That is.
That's a good compliment.
Oh, I like this. I'll read the second part because a lot of it is not too sweet, all of the things we've already said, but the fig seeds add a crunch that rounds it out.
I'm glad they like that.
Yeah.
Actually, if it's not fig season, almost anything, but what would you put on here?
Yeah, in the head note, I recommended any sort of like dark fruit. So like a mulberry, a blackberry, I think would be really good. But I honestly think like any sort of fruit would be good in there. This summer, I've been making a ginger peach jam. And those two flavors go really, really well together. So I think some like really, really ripe peaches would also be good on this.
See, all year long. You can make this
you can make it all
any
year.
season.
Also, you don't even need the fruit, obviously. Like
That's
the
true.
ginger syrup and just the tofu is
true.
great just on its own.
Persimmons in the fall, maybe?
Cinnamon
Yes,
in
yeah,
October.
persimmon. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I have a comment that says the crunch of the fruit is a good balance with the sweet tofu.
Yeah. Texture difference.
I have a comment/question of fleur de sel, just a few flakes, question mark.
Huh.
Yeah.
For a little.
I love it.
Little savory,
I almost always put a little salt on my desserts, especially cookies. There's a little bit of salt in the tofu pudding, but I think some crunches on top. A smoked salt will also be really good too, I think.
Oh.
Okay, chef.
Hey,
chef
do we have to do this again?
We might have to do this again, round
Yeah.
round 4. All right. Well, I got a copy of Chinese Enough from my mom for Christmas. But Cynthia, do you know anywhere someone could get a copy of Chinese Enough?
Oh, you know what? I think if people wanted to come to On Waverly in Chinatown on the corner of Waverly and Washington, there are
Yeah.
and
They might be signed.
Yeah,
Many of them are
might be
signed with fingerprints on them from us from flipping through it. Yeah. Anything else?
From cooking through it.
From looking through it. Yeah.
No, cooking.
Oh,
it
cooking
also.
through it. Yeah. No,
Oh,
my home copy.
this
yeah.
is you can cut this out later. But I'll just while I'm remembering, Christina, you are our children's favorite content creator.
Oh,
They
thanks.
often, when we're scrolling Instagram or not, they're just like, "Can we watch the cooking videos?" You know, the late.
Do they like my dog?
They like your dog. They
Okay,
like
yeah.
everything you make. Every time you have a new video, they're like, "Can we make that?" And we never can.
Okay.
I mean,
yes, you can.
we can. We
Yeah.
don't because time. We will someday.
Mhm.
And they've gone through Chinese Enough and like actually marked the things that they want to make, and so we've started to like make them a little bit. But yes, they're always like, "Can we watch her videos? Does she have a new one? Can we watch?" And they'll watch old ones too.
Yeah.
I
So
love that.
you're
Love it.
really, crushing it with the
I love that.
7 to 11
Amazing.
year olds.
One of my dreams one day is like for children. I was like, will I be a Halloween costume one day? I feel like that's like a weird goal
That's a
that
goal.
like chefs have. I was like, I don't know if I dress distinctive enough for that yet.
That's a
but I don't
goal.
know.
We need to get you like an Ali
Yeah.
Wong costume.
I'll try it. I can do it. I can pull it off. Yeah. All right. Chef
Cool.
Christina
Thank you.
Cho, thank you. All right.
Oh wait, sorry, we didn't ask for live comments. Anybody?
Oh, live comments.
I can share something about Christina.
Yeah.
One of the first times that I think it wasn't the first time that we met, but the time that you had your dinner at your house, she was so sweet and invited a lot of people that I didn't know, but like got to know to this dinner. And I was a very new bookseller, and I was so intimidated by the whole thing. And I was just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I guess I'll just eat. And all the food that she prepared was so delicious. And my very favorite thing that you'll find in Chinese Enough is this like raspberry white rabbit cookie that I can't talk enough about. But like, even if you make whatever cookie you want to make, just throw a white rabbit candy in there and bake it, and it just melts like so beautifully.
Yeah.
And so it was like one of the most fantastic
That
things.
sounds like life advice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just put
whatever
white
your
rabbit candy in
problems,
it.
Throw a rice,
Yeah.
white
White
rabbit
rabbit.
candy in
white
it.
rabbit in
Yeah.
there.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, thank you everyone for cooking and for coming tonight.
Before we wrap,
Before we wrap,
how'd everybody feel about tonight? Anybody want to put that on mic?
Great.
It's a ton of fun.
ton of fun.
Such a good time.
Such a good.
Beautiful.
We're doing one at a time.
Would do it again.
I don't
10 out of 10.
Delicious.
Montage these together or whatever that takes.
We'll splice
I
them.
mean, yeah, splice them together. But I ask because, if you'll allow me for a moment, I think when we started this podcast, part of it was like the idea of somehow creating community, even if it was sort of like a one-way thing where like we talked and people listened. If the 5 people that we thought were going to listen. But so to now be doing this live, to be with all of you, to be in community, to this like Curtis, this is our second
Well, I was on your
live.
show
You
and
were
then
on our
second live,
show. Cynthia, we talk about your story. We talk about On Waverly almost every episode. It's almost embarrassing on our part at this point. But like, I'm just so grateful to be able to do this and to actually like see community come together and like it actually culminate in us bringing people together, meeting new people. Some of you are meeting for the first time tonight. So thank you all for, not schlepping, but coming down and taking time out of your day, having children to manage all day and still being here.
And hosting us. Yeah. No, it's great. We'll do more. But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. Couple quick thanks out there. Thanks to the interns. We got Catherine, we got Megan, we got Christy, we got Rico, we got some other guys, Zach, William, Haley. We got a lot of helpers here tonight. Thank you to all of them for helping us. Of course, thank you to On Waverly, Cynthia, and Jen for hosting us tonight in the wonderful clubhouse, which you can book and have your event here if you like to.
Yeah. We're excited to have this clubhouse open now and, have all of you get to spend some time in Chinatown. This is exactly like what we wanted when we started On Waverly. So I so appreciate that you're all here. I don't think he's going to keep this in the podcast because this isn't very my appreciation.
No, it's fine. All right. And see, anything coming up for our guests or anything we want to plug? Oh, we got something. Yeah, we got something to say.
Oh, yeah.
This is coming out in October.
It's perfect.
Day in October.
It'll be in time.
7th. Yeah, October 7th.
Oh, okay. So if you've listened to Frisia's podcast before, we both work at the Asian Art Museum, and Filipino American History Month is coming up in October. And there's going to be a wonderful festival, which is called the Sama-Sama Festival. Sama-Sama means togetherness and unity. And that is on Sunday, October 26th. It's going to be all day at the museum. There's going to be artist talks, live art making, hopefully some food, or definitely or there better be food. And there may even be karaoke. I'm just saying. I mean, you should come down that day. It would be wonderful to see you all there.
Definitely. All right, and a couple other shout outs. Go sign up for a lesson with Edmund, do a dinner party corporate event with Elise to do corporate billing over at 18 Reasons. Christina, go get a copy of her books available at On Waverly. Go get some Hawaiian food on Terraville Street over at Little Aloha. Go listen to Worst Quality Crab Podcast.
Listen to Infatuation.
What do you got coming up? You got secret stuff coming up? Or?
Listen, I don't know what the timeline is like at this point. Like, it's September. This is October.
Episodes.
We have episodes. We've got, by the time this comes up, we will have a back catalog of like 50 episodes. So if you've got a car ride or just a lot of a cross-country trip, commute, we got something for you.
Yeah. I have a Halloween episode coming up with Asian Ghost Stories. We might record it here. I haven't told you yet, but we might record it here at the clubhouse. So, all right. So everyone out there can listen to us at Worst Quality Crab Podcast or Infatuation Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. Whatever you're listening to this on, you can listen to more episodes from both of us. You can write or DM Frisia at
Worst Quality Crab pod at gmail.com if you want to email us, or find us on Instagram at Worst Quality Crab.
And you can email me at infatuationpodcast@gmail.com or DM at infatuationpodcast on Instagram. I think that does it for us. Thank you to everyone for coming down and for hosting us. So on behalf of Frisia, Sam, Cynthia, and myself, we hope that you're all happy, healthy, and safe out there. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye, everyone. Oh, thank you, studio audience. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.